Here we go then, folks. It is round two of Kev Goes Shopping for Lego at an auction. I did one of these videos last year. It ended up super popular. It was how I bought my much sought after detective's office modular building. And there's been a couple more since, but they've never really lined up with days when I've been available. But today is the day. As I'm recording this, it's Thursday, the 22nd of January. I don't know if the video's released that day as well, or if it came out a few days later. It really depends how long this auction goes on for, because one thing I learned last time is, despite this listing as a 9:30 a.m. start, and it's 9:22 as I'm recording this bit, this went on all day last time I did it, and just like last time, the catalogue is absolutely rammed full of rare and retired Lego, and I already have a list of the bits that I want. So let's have a look to see what I'm hoping to get. I hope I don't get it all, or else I'll be financially ruined. But I have a list of things that if I get one of these things, I'll be really happy with how the day has gone. A couple of things to be aware of before we get any further into the video is this is a real life auction at a real life auction house. You'll see a video feed of the auctioneer. It's not eBay, it's not blind auctions, it's stuff that is happening in real time. I can submit bids online. There'll also be people submitting bids in person. There'll be people submitting bids over the telephone. It's an exciting thing to be part of, but it is easy to get carried away and overpay compared to what you could pay maybe at a convention or an independent Lego store or on eBay. Always remember that every price, every like auction ending price, you have to effectively add 27% onto that. That's, I think it's the 20% fee that Vectors charge plus VAT. So the final price you pay as the buyer is 27% higher than the final price that you bid. So bear that in mind when bidding. And you also have to pay postage. And for bigger items like big modular Lego sets, that postage can be quite expensive as well. I think that was about 15-20 pounds on top of this as well when I did my detective's office last year. So if it looks like I'm pulling out of some of these auctions earlier than you would expect, and I could maybe go an extra 10 or 20 pounds, always remember the extra 27%. And I am basically going to refuse to pay more than market rate for any of these sets, even though I know they are going to be absolutely like top tier stuff. Even the used stuff, that detective's office that I got last time was absolutely pristine. The manuals, the box were perfect. It had been reverse bagged into numbered bags. Every single piece was in there. So I know I'm getting quality. I feel much more comfortable buying this way than buying on eBay. But it can be expensive, and it is possible to get carried away. So I am going to make sure I limit myself and go in with limits for how much I want to spend on these sets. So let's start off by showing you the catalogue. As you can see, this auction site has different auctions on different days. Today is the retro, which is Lego and Action Man, and I think Meccano, but they do all sorts of bits and bobs. This isn't sponsored, but my word, I could get into all sorts of toy collecting, but this is the one we're concerned with, the Lego auction. We only care about Lego. We don't want to look at Action Man or Scale Electrics. I mean, we do, but we don't. And this is just, we'll just give you a little flick through to give you an idea of some of the stuff that we've got. So we've got some like rare retired stuff in boxes. You've got job lots of that. You've got huge collections of minifigures, big tubs of like loose Lego. Looks like someone's selling off their Bricklink store. But the stuff I'm interested in is boxed Lego sets, mainly the used ones. I'm not really interested in getting stuff brand new in box. It just adds to the price. If something is nicely packaged, reverse built, clean, and all there, I would rather save the money and get a used one in a bit of a smashed up box, the sort of thing a normal collector might not be interested in getting. So I'm hoping that's where I can find my value in this auction. But as you can see, there is literally pages and pages of it. If you want to have a look through the catalogue yourself, I'll link to the Vectis auctions website down in the description. I don't know that you'll be able to go back and look at the catalogue for an auction that's been and gone, but you'll certainly be able to be aware of it for the next one. And this gives you a feel. I mean, there's still 3 more pages of this. We're not going to go through every page because the auction starts in 4 minutes. And I mean, it will start from the top of this list. So I don't think we need to be rushing to be there at the start, because these first few bits There's nothing I'm really interested in. I think my first lot that I would be interested in bidding on potentially, I mean, there's a Daily Bugle mixed in with that. I mean, that's the sort of thing where that's mad that there's just a Daily Bugle mixed in with it. But the first thing I'm seriously interested in, I mean, I don't know that there's anything even on this page. I think we're probably good. In my experience from last time, it takes a minute to a minute and a half per lot. So we're 60 lots. We're over an hour into this auction, and I'm looking down this list, and there's still not something I would have wanted to bid on. So I guess we don't need to rush. But let's show you the stuff I'm after. So as you can see, there's quite a lot that I've got on my favorites list. There are a few that I've already bid on. I'm not going to bid on anything else until I know whether or not I've won some of those existing bids, because the other thing to bear in mind is these bids are legally binding. There's no way of wriggling out of them. There's no way of withdrawing them. Once you make them, there you go, there's the confirmation that it's 22.5% plus VAT, which works out to about 27%. And you've got the bid calculator on there as well. So like if you were to bid £100 for something, you'd actually pay £127. So it's a useful thing to have on there. But this is the first lot that I'm interested in. So this is going to be like in 2 or 3 hours time that this actually comes up. And realistically, I'm probably not going to be able to bid on it because I went through and made my wish list and then went through and put bids in for the important stuff. So by the time this comes up, I'm probably not going to know if I've been outbid on some of the other stuff. I mean, there could be people advance bidding and outbidding me on stuff. So it might be that I come back in for this. But this is probably going to be something that I have to let go. But yeah, it's a little collection of Toy Story sets. Looks really cool. They've got the estimate in at 80 to £100. But there's another Toy Story one that I've got my eye on as well. A little collection of Toy Story sets. A Big Bang Theory set for my sit complex. I think that would be quite a cool one to pick up. And then the first one that I'm serious about is the brick bank. I'll show you the bids I've actually put in a minute. Because there you go. My maximum bid on this is 340. I suspect. Oh, there you go. You currently have the highest bid with your maximum bid of 340. So that is as high as I'm willing to go, because 340 plus our bid calculation. So if we go in at 340, that means we'd actually be paying 430, which is a lot for a brick bank, but it is a brand new sealed, like mint condition one, which I wouldn't normally buy. What I really want is a battered, box damaged used one for 250, 300 quid at a convention. But if I get it, I'm not going to be disappointed because I've wanted the brick bank forever. We've also got the roller coaster on here. There's a couple of these that I'm looking at but not bidding on yet because I don't really need it. But if I get desperate towards the end of the day, we might go for a roller coaster. This is one that I've just fancied for a little while. Again, it's the sort of thing that I need to be aware it's in there in case I end up with nothing, because that would be a disaster, but I'm almost certainly not going to be bidding on. This one is already too rich for my blood. It was already over £400, so I haven't put a bid in on it. I realise that a good sealed Ghostbusters firehouse you could pay up to £1,000 for at a convention. Doesn't mean I want to do that. I'm not even that into Ghostbusters. This is one I have bid on. Ninjago City. I am currently the maximum bidder on this at 400. I can't go beyond 400. 400 with the extra on puts us over 500. For a convention, you'd be looking at maybe 550, 600. So there's no reason for me to go up to the level it would be at a convention. So I'm almost certainly not going to win it because the live bidding hasn't started yet. Likewise with Ninjago City Docks, I've put in a bid of 400. It's already maxed out at that, so I'm probably not going to get it. And this is why once these things start, once people outbid me on these as the morning goes on, I might be able to loop back round and maybe get involved in the bidding on some of this kind of stuff. That's the logic behind having it all on the list. The Taj Mahal is for Anna. If we can swoop in and snipe that, we'll grab Anna a Taj Mahal. And then there's lots of these little Creative 3-in-1 sets. I love a Creative 3-in-1, a little collection of a few of them. Some of these I've even already got, but it's always handy to have multiples of them for rebrickables. And these are really on my watch list, just in case they go under the radar and they look like they're going to go super cheap. I'll swoop in, because they're just good value sets and I like having them and I like building them. This is obviously a white whale that I'm not going to be able to get. It's super expensive. It's on there because I want it, but I'm probably not going to be bidding on it today. And then we've got some Lego City sets, similar to what I'm doing with the Creative 3-in-1. If you've got a bunch of cool looking Lego City sets that I don't have or that I would want. I'd love this donut shop, this burger shop. Then if they're cheap, I'll look into them. The VW camper, the big wind turbine is one that I would really like. Another Taj Mahal, another roller coaster, another wind turbine. So if I show you the bids I've actually made, so these are my 4 current bids. And like I say, if I get all of them, I'm financially ruined. I can't buy all of these. I've had a little bit of a risk by going in on them all, but I expect I'll be outbid on them because I think I'm maxed out on my maximum as the current high bid before the live bidding has even started. So that's the Brick Bank at 340. Which is my maximum. Ninjago City is currently at 340. My maximum's at 400. So who knows? Maybe we've got a chat. I'd imagine if I could get Ninjago City today, that would be amazing. Ninjago City Docks, I'm at 360. My maximum's 400. And then the first one of the turbines, I'm currently at 130. 130 is my maximum on that. So we'll see as the day goes on if I get any of them or if I end up looking back at my wish list. But I think the auction should now be properly live. There you go. There we have an auctioneer. We're on to lot 5 already. So, I mean, it's now 9:35. So my previous experience is showing here, boys and girls. It's taking about a minute for each lot to go through. And as you can see, you have the bids, the bid history on this side as well, so you can get an idea of what's going on. Where it says Vectis Auto, that's people who, like you've seen what I've done, have got like an automatic maximum. So if someone bids over it, it loops back in over the top. So there's not actually anybody live bidding on many of these. It's all going to automatic bids at the moment. And frankly, it's probably because some of this early stuff is a lot less interesting, unless you're after a bunch of Fabuland, for example. But my plan is similar to how when I did this last time. I'll check in with you throughout the day. Unless I get outbid on some of these, you probably won't see me until pretty close to lot 228, which is Brick Bank. If I start losing some of these, like I say, we'll be back a little bit earlier with some of the nice to have sets that I mean, I would love that. I've got nowhere to put it, but I'd love that. Right. I'm locking in. It's auction o'clock. Look at that. Look at all those poly bags. See, there is something that confuses me about this auctions. I've been watching, just sat here watching for that last 5 or 10 minutes. I will be doing some other work over the course of the day as well. I'm not just watching the auction all day, but I've just seen an open Home Alone set. So it was still in sealed bags, but the box was open. Box damaged, open set, go for 180. If we use their calculator, so if you buy a set for 180, they're actually paying 230 plus for a set that side, another 25 pounds of postage. You're looking at that being like 250 pounds. That set's literally 260 brand new from the Lego website with insiders points. You're getting it for the same price. You're getting that open one from the auction and you're going to get it straight away and it's going to be perfect. And we've got a double points event coming up in a week where it'll actually end up cheaper. Never mind the fact it's often discounted on Zavvi and it's a still readily available set. I do get confused about who is buying some of this stuff from some of these auctions. Some stuff goes way over price and some stuff people don't seem interested in and it goes for an absolute steal. It is baffling, but I think there is definitely, and it's something if you ever plan to get involved in this, something to definitely be aware of. There is that element of getting a little bit overexcited and maybe not fully understanding how the fees work, because I don't understand why they've just paid that much for that Home Alone set. It's bonkers. Okay, I am fascinated by this one because there is clearly a Daily Bugle in the background, although Daily Bugle itself is not listed in the sets. I think we've got some confusion on this one, but it looks like it's going to go for like 70 quid. It's almost worth gambling 70 quid for, is there a Daily Bugle in that box? But it might just be a box that they're storing. It's not, I'm not comfortable enough to bid on it, but someone might have just won a jackpot here because I think it's going for 90 quid. There you go. It's about to close. Fair to poor boxes, not checked for. I mean, it literally doesn't mention Daily Bugle anywhere, but it went for 90 quid. If you won that, let me know what you think you're buying and get in touch again in a few weeks when it arrives and let me know what you got, because I'm really interested in that one. Well, it's getting on for 11 o'clock. We're on to lot 81. It's another Home Alone. I'm really interested to see how much it goes for. It's already up to 180. To be fair, see, this is what I don't understand, because this one is a brand new in-box one. The other one wasn't. It has now gone up to 190. The previous one that was opened sold for 180. But even this is pushing Lego store price now once you add the fees on. For 200, I'm sure it would, once you factor in the delivery, it's just not worth doing. So if anyone bids 200, so the person who got it earlier paid £10 less for it to be opened. There's some fine margins in auction stuff, and there's also a set I would really like to have coming up in a minute, but I've got the new Arkham Asylum now, so I don't need the old Arkham Asylum. So I'm just gonna go for a walk. We're just looking. We're just gonna see how much it goes for. 170. It's a pretty good price for it. I think if we weren't in a world where there was now a new one, this is a set that I wanted for a long time. I still think it probably is the best Arkham Asylum they've done, but I just don't need 2 Arkham Asylums. With Mr. Trick there, there's a Millennium Falcon on the way as well. Right, let's see how much it goes for then. 500 plus, of course, you've got to add the other 27% on, so that brings it up to like 650. It's been cheaper than that in Smith's and Amazon. I've seen this for like 550. I know it's 700 odd at the Lego store, but I mean, I guess it does retire this year, but I don't think there's much money being saved there. Someone's just come in with someone's come in with 500, so the asking bid now is 520. I mean, I've certainly got no interest in it at that price, but it doesn't seem like, 500 that's gone for. We are getting closer to the more interesting stuff for me. We've got 2 sets coming up in a second that I've bought quite recently, so I'm interested to see what they go for. The Fairground Mixer and the Fairground Collection Ferris Wheel. They both look like they're in a little bit of a pickle. Not like dirty or broken, but obviously this one is all bagged up. It looks like some of the bags are sealed and some of the set is built. This one looks like it's been built and it's just kind of fallen apart and not been unbuilt and bagged up. So I'd expect that one to go really quite cheap, because I wouldn't want it in that condition. But this set, I think I paid about £200 for. Maybe it wasn't quite that much. I forget exactly what the price was. It might have been closer to 150, but I know it wasn't super expensive. But that looks like the majority of it is still in bags. It's currently at £90. Obviously factoring in adding your extra 27% on as well. That's still a bargain. I mean, mine, I bought a used one that had been reverse built and put back into numbered bags. So if anything, I mean, parts of this set are in better condition than mine was because they're still in the original sealed bags. But then that's gone for 90 quid. That is bargain-tastic. This one, I mean, it does say that it's not been checked for completeness. It looks like it's just been built and then fallen over, and then they've put some of the loose bits in bags. I paid over £200. I think it was like £220 for my Ferris wheel. I wouldn't want to pay much more than that £90 bid for this one. But if it is then a complete set, it's an example of how you can get a bargain at these auctions if you're willing to put a little bit of work in. And obviously give that a little bit, either disassemble it and reassemble it, or I guess figure out how to get it back together from there and hope it's all there. But it's gone for 90. So there are deals to be had here, boys and girls. We are nearly 2 hours into the auction now. It's 17 minutes past 11. We've been going since 9:30 sharp. There's hundreds more lots still to go. This is going to be going on till like 4 or 5 o'clock today. Right, we are closing in on those 2 Toy Story lots that I really would like to get involved in, but I'm just having a look, and as it stands right now, I am still the highest bidder on all 4 of those. So just in case, I mean, I don't expect to win any of them, but in case madness happens and I'm on the hook for over £1,000 there, I really can't be bidding on these, which is a shame. But ultimately, the 4 that I put the bids on originally are the 4 that I wanted the most. So I guess if I do end up with 1 or 2 of those, I'll sacrifice getting those for it. But they are cool. If they go cheap, I'm gonna be a little bit sad. we'll obviously keep an eye on them as they go through both of those lots. Right, the first one is the next one coming up. This built Land Rover and various other bits and bobs. Looks like it's going for 50 quid, which is, I mean, I think that's the one that I bought just before Christmas. Obviously, it's already built. You don't get the fun of building it. But if you just want that set for display, that's half what that set is worth. Plus you get all the extra bits as well. Right, this is already up to 140. I'm not devastated at missing out on it for 140. I'm not really into the toy soldiers and the RC car stuff. It was the little Woody's Sheriff, Woody's Roundup jail area that I wanted. I've seen that at conventions for the low hundreds, I think. So yeah, I don't want this for 140. And the next one obviously has the train. I don't know what the current bid level is on that as well. But yeah, I'm not feeling devastated at that price. And this one's already up to 150 again with the RC and the little army men. So it's the train that's the value here. I'm not paying £150 for a Toy Story train. I think I'm good. We have got the Big Bang Theory one on the horizon. As I'm not interested in SpongeBob, but I have been like on the lookout for other sitcoms to go in my sitcomplex. If I could get Big Bang Theory for like a steal, like if it was anywhere near that estimate, I'd be all over it. But I know this set goes for hundreds at conventions, so I suspect it's already going to be like over £200 anyway. I will be a bit miffed if I might have to bid if that's still like 70 quid. Yeah, Big Bang Theory already at 140 before it even comes up. I've not got a spare 150. I mean, 150 for that, for like brand new in box. That's not a bad price at all compared to what I see it go for at conventions. But you've then got to still factor in your extra 27%. Someone from the sale room has just gone in at 150 on that. So once you've added in your extra 27%, you're up over 200 quid again, especially with delivery, and it's just not that much of a deal. Right, the next one I'm interested in is the Brick Bank, which I have got a bid on, but that's lot 228, so I've got about an hour. It's 20 to 12. Am I having an early lunch? I don't think there's anything else coming up now that I'm bothered about. So I've got an hour off. I can at least have a beverage. I've just had a little break and come back, and this is the worst possible time for me to come back because we've got loads of really cool classic trains that are obviously not going to go for very much money. I need to go and pace around the garden again for a little bit. I think my next lot that I'm interested in is about 10 lots time. We've got the Brick Bank somewhere. It's like in the 220s. So I don't want to be gone for long. We're like 10 minutes until action stations. At the moment, I am still the highest bidder on all the ones that I've bid on. And I am starting to panic a little bit about it because if Anna finds out I've bought £1,000 worth of Lego. Well, here we go. Brick Bank is approaching, and as you can see, I am currently the high bidder at 340. But what you can also see is every lot that comes up for auction is getting at least one bid once it's on screen doing the auction. So I'm not that hopeful because yes, I'm the high bidder, but 340 is my absolute top price for it as well. So if anybody else comes in and bids on it, I'm not getting it. So keep your fingers crossed for me, boys and girls. Oh, I'm excited. I'm excited but nervous because I need to lose realistically at least 3 of the 4 that I'm bidding on. And this is kind of the one that I want most though. I want the modulars most of all. There was no Grand Emporium in the auction at all. So if I'm getting a retired modular today, it has to be this one now. And there it is. I am the highest bidder at... I mean, straight away 2 more bids come in. So... See, this is where I think the whole thing is bonkers because for me to go at 380, and it might even go beyond this, but 380 plus 27% is £482 plus another. They're paying, for me to buy this now, I'd be paying over £500 for it. And I've seen it for less than that at conventions regularly. Yes, it's excellent sealed packaging, good condition. So it's a good one. It's an excellent specimen. But I've said so many times before, I'll be all right with a box damaged used one. So I'm not that gutted that I've missed out on that. Now, this not this one. I've got Downtown Diner, but the roller coaster is one that is on my favourites list. But unless I've lost loads of these, I still can't really be. I shouldn't have placed 4 bids before the auction started anyway. I'm an idiot. So yes, I've been outbid on that one, but I'm still the highest bidder on these 3. So in order to protect my relationship, I can't really place a bid on that roller coaster in case I then go on and win those 3 as well, which if it goes cheap is going to upset me because I do really want it. But I also know there's another one coming up later in the auction. I think the one later in the auction is a used one. This is a sealed one. So the one later on is probably a better deal anyway. Yeah, that's more money than I would have wanted to pay straight up. So I guess the next thing we're checking in on, because we've got another bunch of Star Wars stuff now. So this is lunchtime for me, because the next thing we're going to check in on, if I'm back for Ghostbusters Firehouse, I'll show you that. But we're really looking at this Ninjago stuff now that I'm currently the high bidder on. Is today Ninjago Day? Who knows? It's now 1 o'clock. So we've done a half day's work on this. I've had my lunch. I can see Ghostbusters is lurking. I would expect this to go for, once you've added the fees on, close to £1,000, surely. I've just gone to double check. I am still the highest bidder on those other 3. I'm actually thinking I might change my tactic the next time I do this and not bid on anything in advance, because I thought I was being organised by bidding on those 4 in advance, getting my maximum price in so that I didn't have to. So I was basically trying to protect myself from getting overexcited and overbidding on the day. But what it's actually done, and it might be for the best, but what it's actually done is meant that even if this Ghostbusters set is sat here for like 300, I can't really bid on it because I'm still committed to the other ones. So I think I probably need to not do it in advance. Mistakes have been made. Although having said that, not a huge mistake, because it's opening at 560, which with the 27% is £711. Yeah, it's new in box, but there's just not a scenario where I'm paying £700-800 for this set ever. If I will almost certainly never get it, because I'm never going to pay more than like £400 for it, so I'm just never going to get it. Interestingly, and this does potentially bode well or badly. It'll bode well if it only happens once, but this is not the first set that it looks like all the bidding has been done in advance. There's not actually been a single live bid on this one, and it's going to go for what its high bid was going in, which, as the high bidder on those 2 Ninjago sets, that would be cool. I don't really want, I mean, I do want both. Can't really afford both. So let's just have it work on one of them, and then the other one, someone can outbid me. And these are very cool brickheads, but my word, look how expensive they are. I don't really want the Back to the Future ones and Slimer. I don't need Ghost Busting Guy, but that's a lot of money for some brickheads. Well, we are into the Ninjago stuff. It's Destiny's Bounty first, but then it is Ninjago City and Ninjago City Docks back to back. I'm still the high bidder for both, and I'm afraid. I'm afraid of getting both of them and being on the hook for all that money. I'm also afraid of getting neither of them, because I'd really like to get at least one of them. Best scenario, we get Ninjago City. Second best scenario, we get Ninjago City Docks. Third best scenario, we get neither. Disaster scenario, we end up with both of them. So the bid is with me at 380, and I've also got like some cushion room on top of that as well. And nobody's bidding. I might be buying Ninjago City. Right? It's someone bid 400, but my max bid auto bid me back up to 400 as well. So I'm still the maximum bidder at 400. Which I think is a good deal for this set. I just then need to hope someone outbids me for Docks, if I get this. Someone's having a big think now. They are taking their time. I got Ninjago City, and I'm the highest bidder for... Oh, this is a disaster if I get this one as well. Can anyone lend me 400 quid? I mean, it will complete my Ninjago collection, so, or my Ninjago City collection, so that would be awesome. Oh my god. Some mistakes have been made here, boys and girls. I got both of them. Well, we're going to be moving some money around. I tell you what, if you're a vendor who is going to be exhibiting at the Loughborough Brick Festival or any of the brick festivals in February, and you were expecting to sell me a brick bank or a Grand Emporium, that is well off the table now, boys and girls. Please, someone needs to outbid me for that. For that other thing I've got, the turbine. I need to go and have a lie. I need to hide for mana and then have a lie down. Right, I just double checked. I got them both for 400, which means that's what my buyer's premium is. So that's what my total price is. Plus there's going to be another £20 or so on each in postage. So I'm now trying to lower my blood pressure and make myself feel better. If we head on to Brickset and look at Ninjago City, I feel a little bit better. I am feeling a little bit better. Look at UK typical prices for a brand new one. You're looking at 615. I am well below that. So I've done well there. And if we have a look at Ninjago City docs as well, again, look at the UK prices. For some reason, UK prices are always way higher than US, Europe. But we have got them both for well below their normal going rate for brand new inbox sets. So just to confirm, excellent sealed packaging, some marks to the box, but who cares? And then if we check this one as well, excellent sealed packaging. They've clearly come from the same collection. Yeah, I didn't plan to buy them both today, but I did plan to buy them both in the first half of this year. And we've got them both at like £100 off. We'll call that a win. And now I just need somebody to step in and save me here because I love this set. And it's another one of those sets that I will get one day. I'm currently the highest bidder at 130. I mean, oh God, I'd love to have this powered up at the back of the city. It would be incredible. But today is not the day. So if someone could just bid 140 on this for me. I realise the auction's been and gone by the time the video is out, but somebody do me a big favour. We're not placing any more bids on anything today, that's for sure. Here's my potential way of redeeming myself with Anna. She really wants that. I have no idea what the current bid for it is. 240. Let's do some research. I mean, to be fair, once you've added the buyer's premium on, it's not really a deal. But this is evidence that I tried. All my backup sets are appearing now. I need to stop looking at this. I've only still got the website open to see what happens with the turbine. I wouldn't have bought this bundle at this price anyway because I already own everything in it. It was really just to get multiples of the sets because they're such cool sets and they're good for rebrickables and to like seal them into modular buildings for the city. But yeah. These price. See, that one is nice. But again, I've got 3 of the 4. I just don't have that one with the caravan, I don't think. And I might have got me that for Christmas, actually. But yeah, I'm not buying them. I'm not buying any of this cool-looking Batman stuff. We've got another version of Arkham Asylum there. Another tumbler. There was a tumbler that sold earlier on. But yeah, we are stepping away. The next lot I need to concern myself with, the only other lot I need to concern myself with, is lot 390, which is going to be nearly 2 hours time, I imagine. So I can get the bulk of this video edited, I guess, while I'm waiting. That will stop me from looking at what's going on. We'll check in, see if I won that one, and then we will run away and not watch the rest of the auction because it's dangerous because I'm going to see stuff like this Batcave and go, oh, I'd like a bat. No, you don't want a Batcave, you moron. You've got no money. Blink and you'll miss it. I did miss it. The bidding's already got up to 170, but I just flicked back to this screen thinking I had loads of time, and that was my lot. So I've missed out on that, which means I am now shutting off the auction so I don't accidentally buy anything else. You can see there's some quite cool stuff coming. We've got Wally, some Speed Champions bundles. There's still loads more. It's gone 2 o'clock. This is going to be going on for hours. Yeah, I mean, look at all that lovely stuff. This is going to be going on for hours yet, including they've got a Mr. Gold minifigure, which I think they're doing right towards the end of the Lego bit before they move on to Action Man and Scale Electrics. So there is some cool stuff, but should I buy a bag of body parts? I think that's it for me. I'm tapping out here before I accidentally spend any more money. Nothing good can come from me watching the rest of this auction. But there we have it. Another kind of live reaction style me going shopping at an auction thing. It's the second time I've done a video like this. If you want to see more, let me know. If 2 was plenty, let me know as well. I think I've definitely picked up some learning points for myself that will hopefully help you from making similar mistakes to me for future auctions. The main takeaway being, don't place any of my bids in advance. I can put my maximum bids on a slip of paper in front of me, and that's fine. I don't have to bid for 4 things at the beginning because I might just win them all. Like, can you imagine if I'd have won all of them? There'd have been no buying a boat to build on my upcoming cruise if I'd have done that. But I'm very happy with how the day has gone. I've picked up some sets that I thought were going to be kind of white whale, never likely to get kind of sets because they're so expensive every time I see them. I've seen these sets for £600-700 at conventions. I'm talking Ninjago City. I don't ever remember even seeing Ninjago City docks in the wild. So to be able to pick them both up well below what Brickset tells me is their going market rate, I'm very, very happy. So yeah, lovely old stuff. Hopefully you have enjoyed the video. If you have, please make sure you leave a nice big thumbs up on there for us. Subscribe to the channel for loads more Lego content. If you want to help me pay for the sets, feel free to share the video with a friend to see if they might want to watch some of the adverts. And thank you very much for watching.